Okay, Rod, a 1-1 draw here. What was your view?
Been a funny day. I think you're probably quite aware that 20 to 3 today, goalkeeper's pulls his groin. So we've had to go with him. That's why we were very reluctant to try and pass the ball back to him. And that was an issue that really we just had to deal with. We're talking about who can go in goal. He could have went out there in 5 minutes, had to come off. We've had to go with it. To be fair to Besson, he's sort of gone there, strapped it up and took loads of painkillers, and we've had to just get him out there. So that was the start of it. But the way we ended is the way we should start and finish games. It's as simple as that. And me and Nick are quite aware of it. This has been a tough season, and you know you've got players that are good enough to play this division and good enough to win your games of football. But there's just too much inconsistency with desire or characters, and we keep probably going with it. And today, yet again, we pulled the trump card out. I've brought Itchy in today because I felt Batty's. The other night, we got the winner over at Colchester. Not too sure where he is with the knock that he's carrying. So I said, no, I need fit players on the bench. To be fair, Itchy's come off, could have had one just before, very unlucky, and deserved his goal, which is great for me. So that's going to do him very well. Barney come off, made an impact, and you know we changed it at half time, went to a 4-4-2 with trying to get Westy playing slightly narrow, with Baggers playing an out-and-out winger. But yeah, I just don't think we look clinical in the box enough at times. And but I have to say credit to the boys. We made a howler of a mistake for the goal, much a howler of a mistake, which was, you know, unfortunately Ainsley's fallen over. Just left a massive hole. Church has gone to get a block. It's spinned up, and unfortunately Craig got out muscled on the line where I don't think he knew where the ball was, and they went 1-0 up. So as much as you say, were they good enough to go 1-0 up? We gave them that opportunity to go 1-0 up. But I was pleased with the reaction. The only time I felt that they might have hurt us was when we made the mistake with the likes of just at the end, Besson and Craig again. But if that had happened, I've got to say, look, I've played with a goalkeeper who shouldn't have been out there today. So people have to understand that, and I thought he had a decent half game. He pulled a great save off down this end, which was an unbelievable save, one-handed, tipped over the bar. So he's helped get us points down. It's such a shame if we'd have lost the game on the back of that. But what I've got to take as a positives is the character of the boys to stay with it. You know, at 1-0, Hitchcock's had one off the line, could have been 1-1. And we was even brave that once we'd stuck Mick up there, at 1-1 we still went with it for another 5 or 6 minutes. Because the way we looked at it, yeah, you can respect the point, but I felt we could have maybe gone and got all 3. Get disappointed sometimes with, I think there's lots of little bits that drop in the box, and we've got to be cleaner. But I thought Barney come on and done well, I thought Itchy come on and done well. All the subs worked for us today. So, you know, maybe back to the drawing board. Maybe some of the others have had a run too long in the team, and now we've got to move it about. And whether that works or not, I just want to see desire and lots of running and passion. And I got that in the end, and that's why we got a point. I think if we hadn't changed it, we lose the game.
Yeah, and having had a bit of a goal drought, Hitchcock's left out of the squad, but he came back as a substitute today. You must have been pleased for him to finally get that goal. Massively.
He was going to play on Tuesday, but he went down with this virus that's going around. So it was a big decision today, because he was going to go Batty, and then Batty wasn't. I didn't feel Batty really was telling me that he was fit enough. So I said, no, I can't have that. If I'm going to leave Itchy out, I've got to leave him out for players that are fit. And I didn't think he was fit enough, so I went with Itchy. And he come on and he caused them problems, and that's all he needs. As I said to the boys in there, none of you are playing well enough to consider yourself a regular starter anymore. I don't think so. There will be some movement coming in. I have been working hard. There's 1 or 2 signings that the club would have really liked to have seen come through the door, but unfortunately they've managed to get themselves clubs again in the conference. So, you know, we're working hard. We've got to try and find the right ones. And if I can get that, maybe I can fix the little bit of problem here. If I can't get that, be down to them guys in there to try and help come and fix the problem. You know, as I've said, we've come off of, you know, how many points clear should we be this time of year, whatever. Good luck to Dartford, they won again today. not a problem. We just have to keep doing our business. As far as I'm concerned, we've got no forgiven right to win this league, and the players have got no forgiven right to win this league. So for us, it's just the case that we've got to take every game as it comes. Another tough one away at Western next week. Just keep picking up as many points as we can. If we get somewhere near it with 5 or 6 games to go, then we'll see if we can make them, make it happen. But other than that, I think the club and everybody's just got to appreciate it's a tough division. And there's no gimmies in here, and we're working very, very hard to try and get this right. Have we got it all right this season? Sometimes I question that myself. And do I think I've got it right this season? Sometimes I'm scratching my head because the players I've got in that change room should be able to win games comfortable. But there's a lot of hard work to win a game of football, and you've got to have the right formula, the right mixture. But all I can take out today is that we never lied down. We kept going, and I can sense the supporters get a bit disappointed at the minute. I get that, and as I said to the boys in there, if I was a supporter here today, I'd probably be a bit disappointed as well, because they want to come here and they want to see us play well. I thought we played quite well in the 2 games against Braintree. I think that's 4 points that we should have had to the good. There's reasons that we haven't. Not really anything that I could say on our performances on the day. I just think there was individual mistakes. Last week, did we deserve to get nothing out of the game? I don't think so, but same again, 2 shots, have scored 2 goals, and yet again today we've had something similar. But I think the way that we finished the game made us quite strong, and we're going to need to sort of start the game next week if we're going to go up there and win it.
Okay, now a week until Western Superman, you must be hoping at the time you've got available now with no midweek matches, some of the players who've got slight knocks can hopefully heal those. Yeah,
I mean, we're very much on the numbers now. I don't know if you noticed the other day, but we only had 2 subs away at Colchester. We played them on Tuesday night. Batty was on the bench, probably only 50% fit. Come off and got us the winner. We had 5 missing. Unfortunately, Craig Barrett's grandfather passed away. 2 or 3, Tom had the neurovirus, and Kudos and Dicko was injured, and Max Porter was injured as well. So, we're being stretched at the minute, but we've got some good people in that change room that know where the problems are, and all I ever say to my teams, if you're going to get beat by a good side, go down fighting, and if you can match that, and then we can be better with the ball, I think we win more games. So that's what me and Nick are aiming for. Some of them in there at the moment are probably may have to spend a bit of time sitting with us, because I want to play people who want to win games.